And a camaraderie, and because we were all Air Force officers, either second lieutenants, first lieutenants, right there. Then there were almost 200 men in the barracks, almost. Towards the end of the war, there were. But we stayed in there for 4 months. Now, on 2 occasions, I was shot at. I'd broken a camp rule and didn't know it. The other prisons I'd been in did not have there were 2 parallel barbed wire fences with core barbed wire in between, that then about 10 feet inside of that was a 1 strand of wire with a post about 2 feet high. And my shoelace had come untied, and I put my foot up there to tie my shoelace, and the shot rang out and hit down by close to my foot. And I looked up to see where it came from, and the guard just said, now he had by camp rules, he had the right to kill me on the spot. I didn't know you're not supposed to touch, that's the warning wire, and you don't touch it. But anyway, he didn't want to kill me. Then we used to enjoy watching air raids. That was a great morale booster to see American B-17s or whatever flying overhead. And we could go outside and watch. And that was fine. That was a morale booster. But eventually the rules got changed, and you're supposed to stay inside the barracks when an air raid siren went off. Then but anyway, I was being curious. I was leaning out like this, out looking out the window, and a shot rang out and it missed me about 3 feet, so he could have killed me. And he was about 50 yards away, perhaps, and he looked at me. I got my head back in. I learned fast.
Exactly. Can you tell us about this picture?
Yes, this picture was made in August of 1944, and this is my prison number down at the bottom there, and the abbreviations there stand for Kriegsgefangenenlager der Luftwaffe Nummer 1. That's POW camp number 1, and that is located in Barth, Germany. You want to hold it longer?
That's fine. And how long were you in that particular prison?
I was in there a total of a year and 2 days to be exact.
Wow. And that's what you're describing now.
That's
treatment at Barth.
Right.
What was your treatment like?
Well, we got more food there than we'd got. This was a Luftwaffe prison. The other prison I'd been in had been Wehrmacht. Wehrmacht meaning army.
I see.
Luftwaffe meaning Air Force.
Air Force, I see.
They also had Kriegsmarine prisons for anyone in the Navy, a merchant marine.
Wow.
But anyway, after they would have occasionally they'd have identification roll calls. Normally, roll call was a head count. Right. On 1, 2, 3, Einstein driving like that. But every once in a while, they'd have an identification roll call. There was a smaller version of that picture on a little card, and it'd call out your name and have you come up to a desk, a table, and then look, make sure that and then you go to the other side, so that make sure that everybody matched up. They do that perhaps once a month, unannounced.
But what was your treatment like in that prison? Anything else at that point?
We were not beaten. Food was still scarce. We got the diet consisted mostly of black bread and potatoes. The black bread was made of it was very heavy. It was made of, I remember one of the ingredients was 20% sawdust and 10% straw ground up, and the rest of it was some nebulous kinds of grains. So it was very heavy, but anyhow, we ate it. I found that I learned occasionally we'd get cabbage. That was a fresh vegetable. That was unusual. Of course, that had to be in season. Then occasionally we would get cooked barley I never had barley in my life. Well, you eat anything.
Right.
And the barley were grub worms about the size, I don't remember me using the wrong term, I don't know what kind of worm it was, but it's white and about like this. And we'd just whip around and get meat with the barley, and you'd go and dispose of it. Then we still eat the barley. You can't afford to throw it out. Another time we got blood sausage. I never heard of it, never heard the term, but it was made from blood, animals, and I ate it. And find out that you will eat anything.